while other people are logging in, and then we'll get started, I promise.
Go live now.
Chef Scott Warner from Don Giovanni has brought some great stuff today. So let's
Hello,
let
all.
everybody start logging in, and then we'll do introductions and go for it. This is a serious basket, Scott. I bought all these little things, and you're like, no, no,
Gotta go big.
no. We're gonna fry today.
I was just avoiding a little cleanup. The bigger the bowl, the less mess
I like it.
on the
I like
table.
it. Frying with a capital F and a real basket.
Exactly.
I'm messing around. All right, guys, I see some more people logging in. Welcome. Thank you for joining Bouchane's Be Together broadcast at noon every day and every single Thursday until we open our doors back up.
Yes.
Chef Scott Warner with Don Giovanni is going to be joining us and doing some of the super cool dishes that Don Giovanni is known for. I was telling him that the very first time my son ate a green bean was the fried green beans they put in their Frito Misto, which we're making today. And my son requested it ever since. So without further ado, I'm Kajani, Winemaker General Manager here at Bouchane Vineyards. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming into our kitchen. And I'd like to introduce back Chef Scott Warner, Don Giovanni, iconic Napa restaurant, much loved. What are we making today?
It's a pleasure to be here, Chris. Thank
Pleasure
you.
to have you.
We're frying up a couple of different dishes today to help you for your cocktail hour at home, which is very important these days.
Very important these days.
We're going to do some fried olives. We usually do with some Marcona almonds. Didn't have those, cupboards are a little bare these days.
We're winging it with what we got.
Yes, what we have. And we're going to do a Frito Misto, and I brought some other options from our garden at Bistro Don Giovanni. We had some cauliflower and little broccoli florets. So as she was saying, that's a perfect way for all you moms, dads cooking for the kids at home out there to hide those vegetables in fried stuff.
Yes.
Typically at the restaurant, the Frito Misto we do is with rock shrimp, calamari, green beans, fennel, and onions, and it's just lightly coated in buttermilk, and then a mix of cake flour and semolina, which you have here, which we're going to season up with some salt and pepper. And
But it uses cake flour to keep it really light.
yeah, lighter. But if you have all-purpose flour, it works just fine. And the semolina gives just a nice flavor to it also. And but you can play around with different flours. Also for gluten-free options, you can do chickpea flour, garbanzo, finely ground garbanzo flour, or rice flour mixed with some cornstarch. So you can substitute some non-glutinous options here and still have that delicious fried snacks. So we'll start off with our fried olives. We use at the restaurant. Ideally, you want to use a pitted olive so you don't get surprised, in there. And you could get creative. These ones are stuffed with. They're already made. It's a Spanish olive that's stuffed with a little bit of anchovy. Delicious little flavor there. And the Bulgarian buttermilk used is a little thicker in texture. Coats the ingredients a little better. So they just make a light coating. And then we're gonna toss them up in your flour. Yes.
Do you marinate it in the buttermilk at all, or you just give
No.
it a quick coating?
No,
and then...
it just needs to be coated.
Okay.
And other things, I'm not doing it today, but we also, popular in the summertime, we do fried zucchini, which we just keep that in water, shoestrings, mandolin, just soak that in water and then dredge it in the flour mix here. And then, strain out the flour. I just want to make sure they're all coated evenly there. Let's check our. Looking pretty good there.
We're bubbling.
Bubbling. It's a little hot, but that's okay. Hot is better for frying. Just as long as you don't burn the outside before the ingredients get inside. Although for this dish, you're not really cooking the olive inside, you're just warming it up. Whereas with the Frito Misto, you're cooking the seafood.
That's quick. That's like 20 seconds in the house, right?
It was pretty hot there. Now, and also forgot for our garnish here, we do a little bit of rosemary. You can do it just fresh and raw on there, or you can fry it out.
Fry it.
Crisp.
Just fry it.
Yeah, fried herbs are also another item, delicious appetizer. I had once at Da Delfina restaurant in Italy that did a very light tempura batter that's just watered down really thin, and just wild greens, like you use the leaves from cauliflower or different greens. And then we're going to garnish that crispy rosemary on there. Just a little touch of salt. And garnish that with a little lemon wedge. There's our fried olives. Texture. Good. Here we go.
Definitely do that. Thank you. Okay.
There.
Put them next to me. Thanks,
Okay.
Chef.
So if some items, you'll notice on some of the olives, the crust was coming off. For some items, like you're frying like asparagus or green beans that have a very smooth texture, you might want to double dip in the
Give it a solid.
in the batter. So you go from the buttermilk into the flour, back to the buttermilk into the flour. So it'll adhere a little better.
Well, Chef and I were talking about what wine do you pair with fried olives, and these are so delicious you could pretty much, I don't know, drink it with anything because it's so good. But this rosé, which is a dry rosé Pinot Noir, our Van Gris, is a really fun pairing. The brininess of the olive and that really delicious kind of salty, yummy umami of the anchovy with something that has like a lot of fresh, I don't know, almost like summer fruits on the nose and the palate, but no residual sugar. The acidity and the energy and the tension of the wine cuts through that brininess of the olive, but it's a yin-yang playing against the savory, salty saline with that kind of fresh summer fruit. So it's a really fun pairing. Like opposites attract.
And absolutely, rosé is perfect aperitif wine. Okay, so our Frito Misto next. We're going to do, let's get another bowl. So we have our seafood. Here again, some shrimp and calamari that we've cut into rings. And we're going to add a little cauliflower. Hide that from the kids. Some green beans, a little fennel, and onion.
So I see some of you logging on. For those of you just joining us, I'm Chris Kajani. Welcome. I'm Chris Kajani with Machine Vineyards, and we're really excited to have Chef Scott Warner back from Don Giovanni. And he is doing now the iconic Frito Misto from the restaurant. We're thrilled to figure out how to do this. And for those of you that missed it, you can go back. We'll post it later. We just learned about the recipe for the fried olives, which with the rosé is bananas. delicious pairing.
Delicious.
So on to Frito Misto.
So back to the Frito Misto, or mix of seafood, and you can also just do vegetables if you want a vegetarian, or if you want to do an entree seafood, you can just have your feast here and add some pieces of little chunks of fish and scallops or other items, fillet of sole strips in there would be awesome for an entree. You don't see it too much here, but in Italy you'll have Frito Misto for an entree. And the key for coating the Frito Misto is coating any items that you're frying is to get them all separated. Try not to get too much of the liquid into your flour mix so you don't get large clumps. And get it all evenly separated before you get it into the fryer. Especially if you're doing like shoestring potatoes or onion rings, like some people eat really crispy, thin rings. So once again, it's good to have a couple of bowls so you can transfer back and forth.
And remind us what the flours are again.
Here you can we do cake flour and a fine semolina flour, but you can really do all-purpose works just fine as well, and also non-gluten options. You can do rice flour, low cornstarch, or garbanzo chickpea flour is great and a great nutty flavor. Okay. Back into the fryer. Give it a quick shake. And you're looking for color. Nice golden brown.
So for the Frito Misto, you want it sort of like the olive?
Yeah.
So I can't stop eating.
And it's more crucial for this dish that you don't want to overcook the seafood. Okay, so we're gonna
You said all kinds of vegetables. In the summer, you'll do zucchini.
Yes, we'll do zucchini. We'll do, or coming up earlier in the spring here, we'll do. I was hoping they'd be ready for today, but not this week yet. Fava beans. We'll do the whole young fava beans, fresh from the garden, in kind of a tempura-like batter. You could do it the same way, but it's a little better in the for a light tempura batter, which we can do another time.
So like a lighter flavor, like a fava,
it's crispy.
a lighter batter.
Yeah, oh, it's just a different kind of style of frying texture. And for this at the restaurant, we'll garnish this with some tarragon and serve it with a spicy aioli. Today in my garden I had a little savory and mint, so little fresh herbs are nice to garnish that with. Or you can also do fried herbs, fried parsley leaves, or other leaves. But a little fresh herb is delicious with the to cut through the fried. And some lemon wedges garnish. And since you've seasoned up the flour well, we're good on that. And a little fresh pepper, so it's nice.
It smells really good in here. Really good in here.
And there's our Frito Misto. And dipping sauces, get creative. Condiments, just get to your condiment aisle in your fridge. Sriracha, mayonnaise, get creative with your dipping sauces.
Sriracha mayonnaise is a very underrated dipping sauce.
It is.
That's bananas.
Good for everything.
And we talked about pairing this with the estate Pinot Gris. So we have not quite 2 acres of this Pinot Gris. And it has a really fun, like, mineral note that rides through the palate. It's on a real volcanic hillside of our block. Lots of obsidian, lots of, like, really cool, like, pink and orange quartz. And this fun mineral component and almost like a little bit of a saline quality plays really well with the seafood and a little bit of that, right? And a little bit of that tart, tangy fruit. Really nice. I'm going to steal these green beans here.
Okay. Actually,
So
that
good. Right turn.
that could use a little bit more salt. So you can just, if your flour is a little under seasoned, finishing salt there.
This is kind of a fun thing to do, like you said, with any fresh veggies or the
Absolutely.
fresh herbs.
Yeah, it's a perfect way to get your kids to eat more vegetables.
Cheers to that.
Yes,
Sure.
cheers to that.
And cheers, Chef.
And,
Thank you. It's
Thank you
lovely
very
to
much.
see you.
It's great to be
Thanks for
here,
coming
and
back.
keep tuning in on Thursdays, and look forward to cooking for you again soon.
Yeah, Don Giovanni's here on Thursdays now, folks. So please join in anytime. We're really excited to see you all kind of joining us here in our kitchen. Thank you. Be well, be safe, and goodbye from Team Boucher. Cheers.
Cheers.
Thanks, Chef.